That's one lazy puppy. Not much of a puppy anymore, though, is she? Blimey. Right. 1 second. No, sausage. How you doing? Yeah, she's fine. Right, hang on a second. Did I pop the kettle on? Hang on a minute. Hi everyone. Right. Oh. Hello, good evening and welcome everyone. I hope you're all alright. Sorry for being slightly late there. There was a bit of confusion insofar as a game of Ready or Not this evening because the game got a little overbooked. So messages were sent and people invited and we were one extra player. And since I'm rather into Kerbal at the moment and the other guys really want to do some Ready or Not, and I've done quite a bit of it, I relinquished my spot there so that the others can play. That being said, if you're interested in watching them, some of them have just gone live, some of them are streaming, so you can find them in the stream team below. Also, Dinklebean is there as well, but he's not in the stream team. Yeah, feel free to watch a bit of Ready or Not if you fancy. Right, bear with me just a second. I'm just loading up Kerbal Space Program. Yeah, how you all doing? Hi there, Waffle. Hi there, Mirai. Hi indeed, guys. 1 minute. Let me just minimize that. So I'm also just going to grab a coffee and just chill out and play this evening. Oh yes, I tell you what I did forget to do. We'll do it momentarily. I need to tally the poll, don't I? 1 moment. Thank you, Flare Runes. Thank you very much, Flare Runes. 1 second. You had a TurboTax live? Light skin? What? You did a what? And when is the tax deadline? I need to remember that. You just reminded me. Shit, very soon. I need to file my self-assessment for the tax year. Ugh. Thank you, Continum. Thank you very much, Continum. Right, 1 moment. Let me just go over here. Just going to pop on a bit of background music so it's not super quiet. Okay. Let's try this one. Is this going to be too loud? Whoa, a bit too loud, sorry. Turn that down. Then turn that up for you guys. Hopefully not too loud. There we go. Cool. Right. 1 minute. Pop that there. Bit uncoordinated this evening, sorry. Okay, pop that there. And then... Kerbal, question mark, Kerbal? Cool, there we go. Hi, right, so here we are on a bit of Kerbal Space Program. So, yes, this morning I sent off, well, I was catching up on a batch of objects, or a batch of vehicles that went off to Duna, so that's the in-game equivalent of Mars. We also sent off a very thick, a very girthy rocket that was on its way to Jool, which is Jupiter in the game. So, looking at the timetable, it will be a while. It's going to, another year, another couple of years, really, until that probe gets anywhere near the gas giant of Jool. So until then, I'll be working on some Duna missions. When is the next intercept, the next transfer over to Duna? So, Kerbin to Duna, add alarm. Okay, so in 1 year, 98 days until we can consider sending anything else back to Duna. And we probably will, all things considered. It's also worth considering maybe sending stuff to Eve. And I certainly haven't finished with Drez either, have I? Thank you, Luzu, and Evarak, and McRaw, and Penguin Viking. Thank you. Right, also, mission control. Plant a flag on Ike. Oh, piss! We just left Ike without planting a flag on it. That was stupid. We had a mission that we could have done there. Oops. Science data from space around Duna. Science data from the surface of Ike. Well, bugger. We could have gotten like free cash to pretty much pay for the space station operation. The one of the operations. We had multiples. Oh, bugger. Okay, well, you live, you learn. How long do we have? Well, deadline, 23 years. Well, the next plant flag, deadline, 17 years. It's fine. The next person that just visits Ike for whatever reason can just put down a flag. Easy peasy. Right. Oh, and thank you, Penguin Viking, Everak, Luzu, and McRaw. Right, okay then. So, let me go over to Duna. One moment. Sorry, yes, Eve is effectively Venus. So it is a strange planet, a runaway greenhouse gas planet with an oddly smooth surface. Well, I don't know if it's smooth in Kerbal Space Program, but in real life, it's weirdly flat underneath all that atmosphere. Thank you, Private Buzzcut, and Sour Sausage. Thank you, both of you. Okay, so here's Kerbin. There's Duna. Let me just zoom over here. Okay. Right, so, as you can see, we have quite a number of missions out and about. We have, a piece of a potential base that needs to land on Duna, another mining unit that needs to land near that base. This is just a piece of debris. Oh, no, wait, there is a satellite that came from the Daisy fuel, it's like a milk cow for fuel. So there's a satellite that we need to deploy. Here it is, there. So we've got a few things that need to come down to Duna, that's for sure. So, let me just go to... Where's our space plane? Is this it here? Engine drop. What did I do with the space plane? Where is it? Oh, I see. It's gone... yeah, it's almost intercepting the... station. Where is it? Oh, have I saw... Oh, I deleted... There we go. Space plane. It was off the... for some reason, it was off the thing. Okay. Let's go. Can I double click? Nope. Why can't I? Hang on. Okay, so one moment before we... Well, let me just get coffee before we do anything, if that's all right. I've just popped the kettle on, and I'm just going to pour myself a quick bit of coffee. Alas, I've run out of the decent coffee, so I'm down to drinking instant coffee, which is disgusting, but needs must. Also, please ignore the Kerbal that's strapped to the roof. He's fine. Look at him on the right there. He's fine. Ignore the 1,000-yard stare. Bill's okay. Bill's fine. Right. Okay, so before we do anything in Kerbal, folks, I just wanted to divert topic just for a moment. The latest bullshittery. So, a couple of polls are currently available up on the Discord group below for the Twitch subscribers, and also up on Patreon. The two polls will determine which bullshittery I work on next. As I can, well, since I don't do advertising or sponsorship, I'm effectively entirely crowdfunded. So this, well, for this bullshittery, my crowdfunders are, well, picking it. So let's have a quick look. So 1 second. So let me have a look at the options, and then I'm just going to quickly tally them, and then tell you what I'm going to be working on for the next bullshittery. Right. 1 second. So, looking at the two polls side by side and giving you total numbers. Okay. Where's the other one? So that's the Discord one. Right, here's the Patreon one. Not trying to build hype. I'm just trying to open them. Let's have a look. So, quick tallies then. Let's have a look. I'm just going to do this with my calculator. So of the 5 options, I'll read out all of the options and then I'll start tallying the numbers. So the 5 options I presented to them were Hold Fast Nations at War bullshittery, Rising Storm Vietnam bullshittery, Pavlov VR bullshittery, PUBG bullshittery, or CSGO bullshittery. So tallying the numbers now. Okay, that's one number. Second tally, 1 second. I really should have done this earlier, sorry. Okay. Okay, second tally. Oh, unexpected. Okay. Hang on. I didn't realise that game was that popular. Hang on. Whoa, okay. Sorry. Wow, okay. I thought that I could predict my audience's taste, but evidently I stand surprised, everybody. Wonderfully. Okay, so in final place was... So in 5th and final place was PUBG bullshittery. So I'll do that later. In 4th place was Pavlov VR bullshittery. In 3rd place, CSGO bullshittery. In 2nd place, Hold Fast Nations at War bullshittery, meaning that the next bullshittery in 1st place with 977 votes is Rising Storm Vietnam bullshittery part 3. Okay, so that's cool. I will get to work immediately. Thank you for your votes, everybody. That should be a fairly simple job of moving footage over from the NAS. The master project file from part 2 already has quite a large number of highlights built up. So all I really have to do is go through and add to said pile, which I'll probably do. It's probably a good use of time for the rest of the week, to be honest. With 3 days left, that's probably a smart... Yeah. Was that the one I started working on? No. I was working on a different one, damn right. But that's okay. It's simply a case of moving footage over. So, I will spend the rest of the week just going through and nesting footage, basically. So in Adobe Premiere, a nest is just a sequence. It just means it's just the timeline. And what I do is I take the clips and put them onto their own isolated nests with their own unique names and their own unique numbers corresponding to how complicated the clip is. So that requires going through the live streams and going through their notes and nesting, basically creating as many of these as possible. Any given bullshittery takes approximately 40 to 50 clips, so 40 to 50 nests, and I'm pretty sure the Rising Storm master file already has probably round about 100, like roughly, just off the top of my head. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, that's great. So I'll just keep adding to those, put more clips in, basically. So I'm making it complicated. Just find the clips and make more clips, and then I can start arranging them into a compilation. Cool. Right. Sweet. Hang on a second. Close that. Okay. Thank you, Poismus. Thank you very much, Pois. And Tensees and Jozo and Private Buzzcut and Sour Sausage. Thank you. So, for those just joining, this is my Duna spaceplane. Not very efficient, to be honest. It's using older technology, notably the Terrier engines, because we didn't have access to better technology at the time. So, these engines are okay, but they're really only for short transportation. They can get the ship up and down from Duna, but once we get up here, we lacked fuel. So, the last mission was to send a fuel carrier to Ike to basically deliver some fuel, either here in orbit, or we can go to Ike to meet it. Either or, really. So, what is the current plan? I guess the first plan would be to take these guys over to the the Ike space station, the ISS, which is what we're doing now. We're in a holding pattern waiting to intercept it. Okay. Not yet, Andy. I do want to do some video essays, but the last project was quite taxing, and a video essay straight off the back of that would probably be quite difficult. So, yeah, just going to give it a little bit of time. So I'm just speeding up time in Kerbal. So, note the little coloured arrows there indicating intersects, so points at which the two stations... the positions of the two objects when they reach this point. So the intersects should be creeping closer, at which point all we have to do is match our speed to it and then just fly straight towards it. So again, another one of the favourite analogies that I keep coming up with. So yeah, it's like two people running on a track side by side, but one of the tracks is on the outer edge of the course. Eventually the guy running on the inner track will catch up. It doesn't matter how much of a head start the other dude has, he's just got to cover greater distance. So in this case, that's us. We're on the outer track over there, and where's the station? The station's there. So sooner or later, the station is going to catch up, and then all we have to do is fist bump. We're alongside each other. That's the plan. So yeah, we could just burn a shit ton of fuel and cross the tracks to meet the dude, but why do that when we could just wait? Thank you, Charlie Bob. Thank you very much, Charlie Bob. Thank you. Okay. How easy is the nesting workflow? Pretty easy. It really depends on the quality of the notes, mediocre. If the notes are quite bad, then nesting can be very complicated. If the notes are missing entirely, then the nesting involves watching through the entire stream. Mercifully, most streams have notes. But not all of them. Notably the VR ones. Impossible to take notes. You physically can't find the button in the middle of... If you're flailing around your room, swinging VR swords at people, and something funny happens, you don't have time to lift up the headset and go and touch something on your desk 2.5 meters away. Thank you, Pro Killer and Charlie Bob. Thank you. The mods could do that. The mods don't know what it is that I'm looking for. Okay. Here we go. So the intersects are creeping closer. For the people joining the stream, welcome. I hope you're having a nice day today. So this week, the next bullshittery will start. It's been selected via a poll by the Twitch subs and the patrons, and the project that's been selected is Rising Storm Vietnam Bullshittery Part 3. Editing will begin immediately. Okay. So 90 kilometers on the closest intersect. So there's the station, and there we are. It's catching up to us. Where's Sai? So they're currently playing a bit of Ready or Not, which is that SWAT series type game. So if you're interested, you can click on the stream team thing below, and you can find them. Quite a few of them are playing indeed, so you've got lots of different perspectives. Okay, here we go. Intersect 2 is only 10 kilometers away. There's our intersect. Lovely jubbly. Alright. There we go. Speed up time. Oh, lovely. The next one is 4 kilometers away. We'll take that one. Or better yet, what we'll do is we'll put a tiny little maneuvering node over here. We could just cross the distance. Or I could just do a very small maneuvering node here. Select the maneuvering node and then reduce my speed. There we go. To get an even closer intersect over here. Right-clicking on the node in order to see the distance there. Okay, drop the strength on it. What's that? To 28 kilometers. Come down a bit. 26 kilometers, 25, 24, 23, 22. Get really close there. Is it a slight inclination difference, maybe? Slight. Whoops, careful, I've done goofed. There we go, intersect. Target position 18 kilometers. I've stuffed it up horrendously, haven't I? Fuck it, we're just going to go on the 4K. 4K's fine. I'm being pedantic. So here we go. So warp here to this maneuver. Alright, cool. So here comes the fist bump. So the two runners are side by side. I'm now going to change my targeting data from orbital speeds to relative speeds, so relative to the target. So we're moving 12.4 meters per second slower than the target. So all I have to do is turn retrograde. Or rather, the target's anti-target would be the word, I guess. 1 second, where is my target? They're somewhere. There they are. Hello. And then, are we on the... pretty much on it. Oh, other way. Sorry, fucked up. It's the target. No, wait. What am I doing? Sorry, it's retrograded to the target. It's fine. It's not... This is no longer my retrograde... My nav ball has been updated to show my retrograde relative to the target, not my retrograde motion in general. Anyway, so here I am. I'm slowing down. Right, we are now the exact same speed. All I have to do is point my nose towards the target and fly forward. And for that, I'm going to use some monopropellant. Initiate monopropellant. Off we go. Ah, fuck it. Monopropellant's too slow. Let's go. Thank you, Sabansky. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Ooh, weird. Thank you, Spansky. Are you saying that I'm predictable? Thank you, Amber and Procula. I know. Yeah, Pavlovian, isn't it? It's like you press a button and the streamer says thank you. It's weird. So, yeah, like play the sound of bubbles popping or something in real life. Just I'll be sitting at the bus stop. Thank you very much. What? Oh. Okay. 2.1 kilometers away. Alright. You never get thank yous? Sorry, Mongoose, have I missed you? Thank you very much, Mongoose. Thank you. I am predictable? Oh. Yeah, a little bit, I suppose. Alright, start slowing down. Slow down by quite a bit. And then drift on in. Okay, so here we have the ISS, the Ike Space Station. Enabling the grabbing arm. Are we going to dock with the grabbing arm or something else? No, surely we can dock with this Clampatron Junior. Okay, control from here. Nav ball control now considers this to be the front of the plane. Okay, here we go. Coming about. Give me manual control, please. There we go. What on earth are you doing right now? There we go. And we need to select a suitable docking surface, of course. Right. So, oh yeah, make sure we don't squash poor Bill. Stuck on this fucking side going, what the fuck? Okay, hang on a second. Whoa, other way, please. There's our target. Let's gently massage the yellow icon, which is our prograde direction of travel. Keep moving it on to that marker. Might be better to just come to a full stop and then turn the station. Reducing speed. Right. Can I please let him inside? He understands he's mistaken. He's very sorry. Alright. Is Zam here? Good evening, Zam. I hope you're okay. So, we're travelling at 2 meters per second towards the station over there. The station is well furnished and well equipped. What did I just press? Did I just initiate my parachutes? I think I just initiated my parachutes for, like, no reason. Whoops. Oopsie doodle. Right, so Clampatron Jr. Now, what are we docking onto? There's a suitable one. So, control from here. Turn this, whoopsie, other way. Turn the station this way. To present a suitable docking surface for the incoming plane. Okay, there we go. And then give it a little turn that way. Lovely. Okay. Switch over there and then select this as my target. Oh, I could have just clicked that, but I didn't because I'm dumb. No target, set as target. There we are. And control from here. Right. All I have to do is just move that little yellow marker, my prograde direction of travel, over the pink marker, which is my target, which has been custom set as that clamp. Now I've got to be a little bit careful here because I could accidentally bash the wing. Can I give it a quick save just in case I do? Something's a bit wrong there. What's going on? Is that going to be okay? That wing might smash onto it. Are we going to be okay? Maybe this is a little bit more awkward than I thought. Okay, it's magnetically locked. Switch off the... Okay, turn it. Can we turn it slightly? It's not going to look great, but it'll be... There we go. Sweet. That looks fine. Right. Cool. Welcome aboard the Ike Space Station. Let's also just speed up time just a eensy-weensy bit, so we're in the daylight. Lovely. So, all of the craft are now sharing resources, be it fuel or power, of which this vessel has a shit ton. Bill, would you like to come on inside? You've been stuck there, stuck there for some time. So leave that seat. Right. Bill, there's plenty of engineering trinkets in here for you to play with. Loads of stuff. Go have fun. Right. He's going to go inside here with lots of fresh snacks and video games. It's the hitchhiker storage container. Ooh, lots of stuff, lots of toys. Have fun. Right. What about Jeb? Hang on, Daffler, there's a science lab. You were here before, weren't you? 1 second. Yes, we must remember to fix the chutes. Definitely. They don't look triggered. Oh, maybe they auto-trigger when we get to a certain thing. Okay. 1 minute. So, Daffler, could you... EVA currently unavailable. EVA currently unavailable? Why is that? Is it because I sped up the time? Oh, it's because I sped up the time. Whoops. Right, Daffler. Hi there. Scientist Daffler. Again, there's a whole science module just full of yummy science stuff for you to do. Do we have any data? Any real data? No, not right now. We'll do that when we get some proper data. Okay. So, and yeah, you're probably right. We should probably fix the chutes now that I remember it before I leave Kerbal for like 2 months, come back and then crash and be like, what the fuck? Hang on. Jeb, where are you going to go? Jeb, well, there's another hitchhiker module. Where do we control this thing from? Oh, it's drone controlled. It's fine. Oh, no, there is a cockpit up there. We'll go play PlayStation with Bill. Go kick his ass in, like, Def Jam Vendetta or whatever. Right. Cool. So, here we are. We're all up in space above Mars. Our scientist friends are down on the surface, so, yeah, there's quite a few Kerbal nauts here. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm alright, Mongoose. The headache has dissipated. Wasn't really much of a headache in the end, more just weird dizziness. Okay. Hi there, Twitch. Twitch fan. You dedicated yourself to count how many times Quebec backstabbed me and everyone else, and the result was 35. Well, would you believe it? I had way more clips than that. You probably would believe it. I was sort of like on the balancing act of trying to include as many as possible without going too far. I suspect I might have gone a little too far. I probably would have trimmed it back in places. But what I was trying to do was get the point across that it was an escalating threat. For those who watch that TF2 bullshittery who aren't sure what the problem was, maybe this wasn't too communicated. So the rest of us did not know how to play TF2 when we first started. I tried to make it clear in the video by including some obviously amateurish stuff, like for example, how do you do the dancing was the question I asked, that no one who's familiar with TF2 would ask. But nevertheless, collectively as a group, we didn't know how to play TF2. Most of us had barely touched it since the orange box, so the basic mechanics and things like spy checking, we did not understand. Quebec was not like that. Quebec fully understood TF2, and therefore he kicked the shit out of us. Not just Quebec either, but Poro as well. And later Alistair, the sniper. You will find that out soon. In the same way that Quebec has had a fairly Quebec-heavy episode, there's future Alistair-heavy episodes. Mostly between myself and him, because I play a scout and he plays a sniper. So the two of us have, I'm technically meant to be his counter, but the fact that I'm his counter is countered by the fact that I suck. Thank you, Bacon. Thank you very much, Bacon. Okay, so, now that we're up here, so we should be able to man the CurbNet module. So, Daffler, could you please use the CurbNets? Here we go. Now, this might look a bit weird. Let me just turn... Well, it shouldn't matter much. Oh, wait. What are we doing? No control from here. Whoa, everyone's getting a little bit sick. Hang on. Here we go. So, this, I presume the science module... Yeah, oh, we don't have the narrowband scanner. Of course. So, this science module has itself, what is effectively a periscope. So when you look at this, you're actually looking down, like, through a periscope. So, this, I presume... How does it work again? Is this the upper hemisphere? So we're looking at it halved. So, the upper hemisphere of Mars, Duna, sorry, is here, I assume? Or is it here? We'll find out as we go over it. Let's zoom out a bit. Refresh. Oh, that's the other way. Okay. So, what flavoured biomes can we switch between? So, cycle display mode. That's biome monitoring. That's altitude monitoring. Right. So, that would explain the purpose of the satellite. There's no resource monitoring. Okay. So, what I want to do is I want to speed up the time around here. It's this creepy, weird track. Sort by... Yeah, I've got altitude on right now. Go back to this. Yeah, this is super cool. I love this. I love the fact that you can determine biomes without just winging it. And also you can scan for anomalies, so Easter eggs and shit. Right. Where is it? So there's a particular feature here on Duna that I'm interested in exploring. Oh, I'm not refreshing it, am I? Cycle automatic refresh. Every 7 seconds. Every 3 seconds. There we go. Alright. Crundug says, you noticed something in Ready or Not? When I reload from an empty with a shotgun, I load 9 rounds, yet are able to shoot 8 before I'm out again. Oh, really? Maybe you drop one. There. Okay, so this must be... Yeah, so that's... Look at this. You see that hill there? With this trench system. This is the trench system. So the Midland Sea. And this is the Midlands up there. So what I'm looking for is a very large mountain. Is that you? Are you the large mountain? No, you're too low. So let it refresh. So what's that? It's that thing there. What sort of elevation are we talking about? So that's 4.28 kilometers above sea level, and that's a mere 600 meters above sea level. So in the real world, if you're curious, folks, Mars itself is kind of odd. Obviously, it's odd. It's a very small planet. It's only about half the size of Earth, but the upper hemisphere is very flat due to some sort of very large impact events that occurred in its past. The south side is really, really mountainous. So you've got this contrast of flat, open, tranquil terrain, very windy terrain, versus a lot of hills down there. So Mars itself, despite its extremely thin atmosphere, about 1% the pressure of Earth, can get very windy for a reason that you might not suspect. That is, when it enters its winter, most of the atmosphere actually freezes out of about a third of its atmosphere, not most, freezes out of the air. And it freezes into a sort of like a layer of carbon dioxide mostly on the poles, so the water poles, water ice, but carbon dioxide on top of it. Anyway, so it gets windy because as it warms up, that gas actually spreads out again. So you get these very powerful winds moving close to the surface, all across, the whole atmosphere is just churning, just sending rusty talcum powder, the dust of Mars everywhere. So that's a problem. So in the event that we do want to live on Mars, we're going to have to, solar panels are going to get routinely covered in this shit all the time. Any equipment that we send is just going to be covered in dust. There is sand, quite a bit of sand, a sort of volcanic dark grey sand, and apparently you can make these beautiful sand dunes all over especially the upper hemisphere. But nevertheless, it's a ball ache for any machines that we deploy onto Mars. So yeah, that's just something that we're going to have to deal with. Very, very dusty, rusty, pain in the ass sand that's coarse, irritating, gets everywhere. Right. Okay. Let's go to Venus then. We could go to Venus. Very, very briefly. Thank you, Bacon Bender. Thank you. Where is that bloody mountain? Is it on the night side? Ooh, look at this. Yes, and this is the other super... so represented here on Duna. What's it called again? Is it the Noctis Labyrinth or whatever it is? Or is that the 40k thing? There's basically a huge scar. This incredible canyon that's all the way across I think it's on the southern hemisphere of Duna. What's it called again? Sorry. Valley Marinaris? What's it? Sorry, Vallis Marinaris? It's an enormous, enormous ravine. It's about... Is it 10 times or 100 times the size of the Grand Canyon? It's huge. And it's not actually from water movement, although obviously there was lots of water on Mars once. Apparently it's through a sort of stress crack down one of the plates that used to move around quite a plenty. Probably from that impact event. But it's this enormous cavern that stretches all the way across the surface and it's extremely visible. Not really. Duna's not properly accurate. It's sort of close, Mr. Linzer, but not 100%. How deep is it, the canyon? At its deepest point. 1 second. 7 kilometers. A 7-kilometer deep trench. Holy fuck. And for reference, how deep is the Grand Canyon in America? I don't know if anyone in the chat's been to the Grand Canyon. I've never been to America, so... .6 kilometers, says Hectonian. Johnny says 1.8 kilometers. Okay, so this one's 7 kilometers deep? Yeah. That's going to be cool to see. Hopefully we can get to Mars one day and have a look. Alright. What's at the bottom of the trench? Good question. Let's go find it and say hi. Shake one of its tentacles. be stared at by lidless eyes, awake for millennia. Hi, we're humanity. Please don't eat us. Ah, is that it? That might be it. Is that Olympus Mons, the largest volcano, the largest mountain in the solar system? I think it might be. No, or is it that? So I've got, did I mark it before? Surely I marked it before. Where am I now? I must have marked it before. Oh no, is it over there? It might be over there. Oh, there it is. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. What are you? Ooh, you're pretty big. Oh, look at that. What's that called? The Northeast Basin. Science to be done. Where is that bloody mountain? You know, for a mountain that's really big, you figured it would be easier to find. Mag says, my mum's the biggest mountain in the solar system. Ah, thanks, Mag. Also, by the way, Mag, you cheeky little bastard. Thank you very much for the gift on Christmas. That was extremely kind of you. Mag was kind enough to send a box containing some treats from his country, which is very generous of you, Mag. But what I noticed this afternoon is that the bastard printed off this beneath the treats. That's... Oh, hang on. That is rude, Mag. That is very, very rude. And also pretty accurate. You bastard, Mag. Touche. Yes, I do need to do more running. But yes, thank you again, Mag. It's extremely generous of you to do such a thought-out gift. Thank you. Yes, very delicious snacks. Very delicious indeed. Especially Stroop waffle. Are they called Stroop waffles? They're like these caramel wafer things that you put over coffee. Although maybe I'm doing it wrong. I've yet to make it work. Like someone said that like if you put it over coffee and then the steam rises and it melts and it's all like woo. But I haven't managed to get it right. Maybe my kettle's not warming up the water to be hot enough. Maybe I need to do... I've still got plenty of them. Maybe I could pop... Do you pop them in the microwave instead? You flip it so it warms both sides. I missed a rendezvous? Oh fuck, I didn't, did I? No, it's fine. We're good. So where is that mountain? That's not it, is it? Is it just on the night side and therefore it's harder to spot? Probably, actually. What's that? Hang on, find out what this is. Speed up time. There we are. What's that there? Shit, I just flew over it, didn't I? Is that it there? So what's the altitude on that? No, only 4 kilometers. Now we're looking for something really quite big. Right. What the fuck? Speed up time. Whee. Is that it? No, it's too polar. Is that it there? There's got to be it there. Surely that's it. 7 kilometers. Yeah, 7 kilometers high? Wasn't I aiming for something that was 10 kilometers high? Or was that just a guesstimate from me? That's got to be it. Look at that. Mark it. 7 kilometers. Yeah, give that a marker. Mark mount. No. Wait, no. Where am I? That's got to be it. Keep searching just in case. That's true. I did make just a guess, didn't I, at the VAB? You remember? more legger. So sorry, to explain what I'm doing, folks, I'm looking for a potential landing site that's quite high up. I decided, stupidly, to land in a basin, which is fine for a bit of a science experiment, but it's rather a shit location for a base. Because it turns out you've got to, not only have you got to fly high enough to clear the damn crater walls, but it's all the way down by the bloody South Pole, which requires a continual bloody correction to try and land on. 4 kilometers. Okay, so I think that was it. So 7 kilometers, if there's resources up there, could be a much better location for a base to move space planes around. Or move anything around, really. You've got that initial head start. You've got a 7k head start. That's awesome. Okay. So, and these are lessons that I can bear in mind when I'm going to some place with a bit more of a, shall we say, punishing atmosphere. That one specific planet, considered by many to be the most difficult planet to land on in all of Kerbal. Eve. Venus. That atmosphere is absolutely no joke. You fuck with it, it will spit you out. Okay. So, right, we've got the marker made. Let's now go to that satellite that I deployed earlier. It doesn't have a huge amount of delta V, but I'm hoping that, well, we can just get it low enough to do the scan. Where is it? Duna Base Foundation. Jeff Enhanced. Daisy... No, is it this one? Daisy Probe, here you are. So this is the milk cow Daisy. And this is her probe. This was attached to the nose cone. It hitched a ride. Here it is. So that must be why, because it has a resource scanner on it. A survey scanner that we can deploy. What sort of range does this require? Perform orbital survey. So you must be in a stable polar orbit between 32 kilometers and 1,500 kilometers, I think they said. Okay, we're quite far out. We have 726 delta V. Okay. Right. So, let's try and come on down then. We probably want to do a big inclination change when we're high up, don't we? So if I were to do this, for example, 62, and then reduce speed again. There we go. Bring ourselves into a polar orbit like so. Okay. Sweet. That will cost us 110 delta V to make that maneuver. Let's do that first, and then we'll reduce our height. Whoa! Holy shit! Okay. A bit of an eager to go. Probe reduces wheel authority. Okay. Oh god, no. Yeah, Penta. Eve is not difficult to land on. Yeah, the parachutes can see to that. I'd say that it's more difficult if you try to aero brake on it or do anything. Basically, the margin for error when it comes to aero braking is extremely small. Hundreds of meters small. And you fuck it up, boom. Yeah. Okay, so let's speed up the time to the next... Yeah, quick save it. Thank you, Rafaru. Welcome indeed, Rafaru. 1 second. Oh, and thank you, Bacon Bender, if you're still there. Whee! So, we're waiting 35 days. Speeding up time. Lovely jubbly. Okay, so a small burn of 54... Well, it's not that small. 54-second burn. Is the engine on max power? It is. Okay. I definitely should have sent a Xenon engine. Would have been way more efficient. Oh well. You live, you learn. Alright. Okay, so go to about the 30-second mark. Initiate the burn. Initiating burn. So again, just speaking at the back, for those just lurking who are not familiar with Kerbal Space Program, yeah, if you're going to do any sort of maneuvering in space, you have to burn some sort of a propellant, or at least with our current level of technology. If there is some sort of way to change your velocity in space, well, that's not, of course there are ways. Solar sails, for example, is a possible option. But currently, if we want to go anywhere fast, then we have to burn some sort of propellant, which means packing fuel, and fuel is heavy. And you got this sort of exponential problem where it's a case of, well, just pack more fuel, but then you need a bigger rocket to launch the fuel, and then that needs more fuel, and then you got this sort of runaway cascading effect. So efficiency is everything. You've got to make small corrective burns at the right moments. Sometimes you can cheat. Sometimes you can, say, fall towards a planet to pick up a little bit of extra speed to sort of slingshot yourself around the place, which is what... Is it Voyager 1 or Voyager 2? Or maybe both. The probes, they do that. They fall towards planets, pick up a bit of speed, and fling themselves off deeper into the solar system. So they don't have to pack additional fuel for that maneuver. Both did? There was a mathematician who one day had a sit down and figured out that they could do a big, I think it was literally called the Grand Tour, pitched as the Grand Tour of the solar system, when he calculated that, yeah, if they launch at this point here, they can effectively go from a whole bunch of planets and do a great big tour. Okay. Right, so there is our polar, it's not perfect. Oh, we can always correct it in a bit. In fact, sorry, let me just figure out how to do it now. So, from the apoapsis here, sorry, that's in 89 days, just ahead of me. In 1 hour. How can I see? So go to maneuver. Where's my inclination data? Oh, there it is. Okay, so is that for the maneuver? Oh, of course, because I've got the maneuvering node selected. Right, lovely. Let's make it perfect then. Let's get ourselves a full-on polar orbit. Is that the other way? Whoops. Oh. Sweet. Lovely. Let's make a nice perfect one. So that's a 2-second burn. Easy weensy. Okay. Oh, see. Oh, cool. It even shows it there on the orbit without having to select the maneuvering node. Lovely. Cool. Speed up time to the next maneuver. All right. His name was Crocco, an Italian mathematician. He discovered it in the 50s. Cool. All right. It occurs every 175 years. Oh, wow. There we go. Inclination confirmed. Lovely. So, confirm the maneuver. And we may as well just begin our descent now, I suppose. So let's turn to retrograde. So what was it? Sorry, it was 32 kilometers minimum? Alright. So we turn the craft away from its direction of travel. Quick save. Can I go back to my orbital info? So, let's start slowing down. Whoops, careful. It's million, isn't it? It's fine. Where's Duna? She's over there. Hello. Or he, I guess. Thank you, DJ Keza, and welcome indeed, DJ. 1,500 kilometers max? Cool, good to know. Thank you. Alright, just watching the dial there. What's that? 3.3 million kilometers, I think? That's a million meters. Oh, hello. Be careful now. Okay, so the periapsis, the lowest point of our orbit, is just passing 400 kilometers. We'll be fine. Okay. So let's take it down to 7. Yeah, it's fine. So 70. 69 kilometers. Nice. Okay. So there we go. A bit of an aggressive fall. Oops, I might have also made... Have I fucked with the inclination? Yeah, a little bit. It's fine. No, it's not fine. Don't like it. Turn to face... Would it be anti-normal? Tiny. Yep, there we go. 90 degrees. Ah, fuck, 91 degrees. Other way. Normal. It's got to be perfect. There we go. Ah, fucking hell. Right. It's got to be perfect. Thrust limiter all the way down. Anti-normal. It's got to be 90 degrees. Yeah, little puff. 90 degrees. There we go. Don't fiddle with it. All right. Now, speeding up the time. In fact, we might as well just warp straight to the periapsis. Okay, we're falling underneath it. So, a 20-day wait. We're picking up speed as we fall towards it. Take care, Arigato. Sleep well. All right. 7 days until the maneuver. Gotta watch out for Ike. Actually, I didn't think of that. How high is... Well, she's way above 69 kilometers, obviously. But gotta be careful. Ike is a bit of a pest. And has this annoying habit of flinging you free. Okay, looking at it, 69 kilometers is actually very low for a resource scanner. Okay. Fine, fuck it, whatever. Warp here. Whee! Turn to face retrograde. Lovely. Stop. Okay, here we go. Hello, Tuna. How are you doing? Initiate burn. How close are we to the... Yeah, we're 12 seconds from it. Let's go. Oh, turn up that thrust. Okay. Indeed. About 1% the pressure of Earth. Oh, is that the mountain over there? Is that what we're looking at? It is. That's our target, everybody. That bulge. Olympus Mons. It's part of a sort of volcano chain. Obviously, volcanic activity has long since stopped. Tectonic plate movement has also stopped. But, yeah, it used to be a very, very big volcano. Hang on, I best check the... There we go. Can I explain the game with the blanket and the balls thrown at it again? Sure. So apparently, I keep mentioning it. Apologies. I thought we had a shared sort of secondary school, or I was probably late primary school experiment in science. But we used to have the teacher would have us grab the edges of like a sheet, like a thin, stretchy sheet. And then they would say that, hey, this is space. And then to represent gravity, they would throw weighted balls onto the sheet, which would, of course, cause it to deform, to bend down where that object was, representing a planet. And then, of course, they would take marbles and sort of fling them along the sheet to show how space was being bent, being curved. The fabric was being bent by the weight of the object that was there. And obviously, the bigger the object that they would throw in, the more bending effect you'd have there. Yeah, like a piece of lycra or something. I remember, in my mind, I seem to remember that it was a huge, almost like a circus tent for some reason. The teacher had us like a spiral-coloured piece of fabric, yellow and red. It's just one of my memories. But yeah, so the heavier the object, the more it would bend the fabric, and therefore the steeper the curve that the marbles would have to negotiate as you would fling them on. And of course, if they slowed down, they would just fly. Obviously, they'd fall straight towards the object and join it. So initially, you can imagine the whole solar system, when this whole shebang formed, as just one huge sheet of marbles by the billion. And then gradually, as they clustered in certain areas, they would start to deform the blanket and then drag more marbles towards them. Okay, I'm falling a bit uncontrolled right now. 1 minute. And so before long, those marble clusters would become bigger clusters, and all that mass would congregate and form what would eventually be the planets. And those positions were not fixed. I mean, there was still a shit ton of marbles everywhere by the million. Some bigger clumps would eventually smash into other big clumps and fragment again into billions of marbles, which is exactly what happened to Earth. We smashed head first into another big batch of marbles, when we were young. The debris cloud was awesome. Unbelievable. It must have been spectacular to observe if anyone were there to see it. But the debris eventually scattered around us, and rather than forming, well, it may well have formed a disk for a time, but that disk started to congregate and collapse and form another section, deforming the fabric, which eventually became our moon. At least that's what we think. Oh, hang on. Do I need to speed up? Wait a minute. I need to speed up. My periempsis a bit low? Yeah. Some sections of the fabric had vast amounts of mass. Unbelievable. Basically gobbling up everything. Looking at you, Jupiter. Poor old Mars. The reason Mars is so small is because Jupiter came along and ate all of its food. This planet is half the size of Earth. Because Jupiter came along and gobbled it all up. But at the same time, two added benefits to that occurrence. One, Jupiter and its mass, large as it is, has saved us repeatedly, eating up so many potential large impact events that could have struck us when we were little more than tiny little organisms just scurrying across the surface of Earth. Jupiter has basically stood in and been our shield for millions upon millions of years. And the second interesting fact is that because Mars was smaller, because it was much smaller, it cooled much faster. There was liquid water on Mars very early on. In fact, it's had liquid water on its surface and has been able to potentially support complex organic life for much longer than Earth has. And that's mostly because of its small size. It cooled faster, it was ready faster, and we know from observations of life on Earth that life, very simple life, started to appear very soon after Earth cooled down. So potentially, Mars could have had life way sooner. Way sooner. We don't know. Tantalizing. Lots of exploration and experiments need to be run on Mars to figure out if life was there, or indeed if life is there, and it's still there, just buried. It's possible. In fact, was it Curiosity? One of the probes discovered methane, which is very tantalizing, isn't it? Very tantalizing. Okay. So, one moment. The probe is in the right position. Point it down towards the surface, not that it matters. Disney, please don't sue me. I didn't... Right. Okay. So, let's begin resource scanning. Can I access KerbNet? I can. Now, this probe has biome, altitude... Oh, bugger. Oh, I guess I need to run the resource scan first? Or maybe KerbNet doesn't... Well, we'll find out. Let's experiment. So, can I run a resource scan, please? Starting transmission. Checking power output. Power output is holding. Battery is... Uh-oh. Is it large enough for this operation? Uh-oh. 1 minute. Maybe I have to point both panels towards the sun. Disengaging. Insufficient electrical charge. Uh-oh. Stand by. Whoop. Get both panels towards the sun. Wait for full battery, and then try the maneuver again. I wonder if instead I can put partial transmission, if it's just a data problem. Okay. Possibly energetic. There's plenty of water still on Mars. Just it all appears to be frozen. Appears to be frozen. We've sent probes. We still send probes. There could still be some somewhere. Right. And of course, all of this is reliant on the fact that we're assuming that the life is like us. It might not be. It might be drastically different. These are the questions that we're trying to solve. Is there life there, but it's taking a form that we would not... well, we wouldn't look for? Thank you, Schmitty. Thank you very much, Schmitty. Stand by. Oh, let me just speed up the time. Here we go. Right, let's try that again. Right. Perform orbital survey. Here we go. Can we hold? We'll try burst transmission if this doesn't work. If it really doesn't work, we can just send the jet to bring some batteries, which would be annoying, but... oh, piss. Okay. We'll try burst transmission and see if it makes a difference. Oh wow, for real, Borkit? Borkit in the chat says that I worked on the Rosetta probe that dropped the Philae lander on the comet. Was that the one that dropped the impactor thing? Ah, what did you do, Borkit? Thank you, Marutech. Thank you very much. Afraid I don't really know much about that probe. Do tell, Borkit. Okay, so switch over to... oh! Probe done? Oh, it's just... okay. Transmit data... oh, did I hit... require partial. There we go. So can I do the scan now? Resource scanner, sorry. So will it just pause the data transmission and just resend it momentarily? Is it a transmission problem? So uploading data. Does it keep going? Yep, there we go. It is a transmission problem. We solved it. So as the probe is coming online, it's sending small batches of data, which will compromise it a little bit, but that's okay. Thank you, Easy and Terraclon. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Borke says, I worked as a test engineer, so lots of testing. Ah, sweet. Ah. Nice, that's cool, man. Oh, well done, then. Yes, one of the many challenges, PV-Ths. So, yes, if we're serious about colonization when it comes to the rest of the solar system, as mentioned in the other stream, terraforming is one... oh, lovely. So terraforming is one option, but it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of technology we don't have access to. What might be more immediately available, and something that is actually pretty feasible, would be bioengineering. So altering us to match the climate. Genetic engineering, effectively. That might put a few people off, but nevertheless, if we're going to live in a low-gravity environment, our bodies are shit at doing that. We're going to have to modify ourselves in order to have that feasible. That's probably just going to be normal. When it comes to pretty much anyone going to live, any group of people going to live, say for example, in the asteroid belt, they're just going to have to deal with the fact that there won't be a source of gravity available. Again, maybe technology will catch up to the point that we can have artificial sources of gravity, but right now, we're going to have to probably just modify the species in order to adapt. Bioforming. A mixture is probably going to be useful. Bioforming and terraforming. Right, so now that we've done the scan, I can modify the colours. So toggle overlay, on or off, colours. Ooh, have a rave on the surface of Duna. Heat map blue, monochrome, so cut off. Let's increase the cut off. So here we can see... really? All of that is ore? For real? Here we can see the patches of ore. Now, what's that? Sea biome. For real? Is there any ore at my base? Did I just pick the worst location to land? I think the answer might be yes, everybody. Where is Duna? Here we go. Resources. Cut off, so I can remotely do it now. Okay, so we've got smidges of resources down in that crater. Why did I pick this crater? I don't know. I can't explain that, everybody, but I did. Okay. Now, the better question. Where is that mountain? Ah, that's not good. Ah, damn. Damn, that sucks. That's a real shame. I was really looking forward to landing on that mountain. There's no ore. To send a mission there to do science would be prudent, but what's the point if we can't refuel? Damn. Okay. So, are there any alternate candidates? Any places where we can send this base that is still relatively high up? Or is there? No, here. Location mount. See? Look, if I... There's nothing, even on 0%. See? Nothing. Okay. So what about just an equatorial region that's relatively high up? I want to avoid the poles. They are proving to be a little bit of a pain. Maybe on the edge of like a beautiful cavern or something, like a... Eee. That could be fun. What's that? Go for a landing site down there. This area is ore rich. What is that? Canyon biome. Northwest basin biome. We need a combination of both resource scans, but mostly altitude. I want to go somewhere fairly... What is this? Is that the... Oh, it's totally rich in resources. Tons of fuel. Land there and... God damn it, you kidding me? Like, everywhere has the potential for fuel apart from fucking the one place I wanted to go. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to just speed up the thing. Bring it into the light so we can easily see it. So, keep it equatorial. That's a potential. Let's see how high that is. The bit to the right of the place I picked, isn't that a high mountain range? It is. It's a bit far from the equator. But still, as, you know, if I was going there, same. Look, this is equatorial and it seems to be resource rich. How high is it? Just on the edge of this Canyon. Eastern Canyon. Ooh. What's that? Check that and that. Check the Eastern Canyon and the bit west of the Eastern Canyon. Who's got their scanner? Oh wait, can't this thing scan? Yeah, hang on, this thing can scan it. Where are you? Where is it right now? It's on the other side, isn't it? We'll have to wait for it to come round. Hang on. Let it come round. Okay, here it comes. Right, here's my probe. Right, check these out for a second. So, go to the probe. Whoopsie. Go to the probe. Quick save. Okay. So, switch over to KerbNet, please. And then maximum field of view. So, which side is which? Which way are we travelling? Please refresh it every 3 seconds. Okay, yeah, we're going this way. Right, so... What's that? Craters. Might be a bit too far. Where's that crater? That crater there? Hang on. Okay, it might be... Yeah, so it's beyond scanning range. Okay, so we'll check this out first. What's this bit here, then? This crater that we're flying over. Show me elevation. So that's... I mean, that's like 6k. I mean, that's almost 6k. I mean, that's not too bad. That's a plateau over here. What's this? 2k above sea level. Hang on. Whoa. 5k, 6k. Still a bit too polar, though. I want to check that out. hang on, let it come around again. Let the whole planet come around again. Not just the probe. So the pink marker called Location East Canyon. Is this here? No, a bit more. Although we'll check that out while we're here. What's that? So next to the West Canyon biome. What's this? Equatorial. Whoops. Oh, we're going to miss it. Quickly. Where's my probe? Fuck. I fucked up. Damn it. Missed it. Ugh. Just have to wait till it comes around again. So for the people just joining the stream, you're looking at Mars, which is moving beneath a probe, which is scanning it for ore, which we can refine into liquid fuel, meaning that any craft that land there can refuel and then go elsewhere, which is rather handy if you're doing extended scientific operations on this world. 1 second, warp here. So, how high above sea level is that? There's good resources there. This could be a potential landing spot. Stand by. Show me the scanner. Refresh it, please. There we go. So there's the Eastern Canyon. That's it there. Highlands, Midlands. How high are the Highlands? 5k. And it's 6k. Oh my god. And it's equatorial. Those are some high highlands. Can I zoom in even more? 6k. Can I find the peak? There. What's there? Stop refreshing. There. Waypoint that shit. What are we looking at? There. Possibility for landing site 1. It's high up, it's equatorial, it's got resources. That could be a much better location for a base if it's feasible to build on a slope. Okay. I saw 6.4k for a second. Did I? Switch that off, hang on. 6. I did, 6.4k, 6.5k, 6.7k, good lord. Just worry, I don't want to like park right in the fucking, on an awkward mountain top. Also, what's going on with the colours on the OBS? It's weird. Huh. Yeah, wait, CurbNet looks weird for you. What the fuck? Maybe it's the compression. It's doing something strange to the colours. Strange. Okay. Okay. So, what do you think? Should we attempt a landing? Send our station down there? It's fully automated. There'll be no one aboard. Should it be fully automated? No, we can send the space plane down after the fact. Let's save it and then drop down the base foundation piece and see if we can land it there and see if it's suitable. Okay. Let me switch off the overlay because it's a bit taste the rainbow right about now. Hang on. Doing a switch off. That was a Skittles advert, wasn't it? Ocean atmosphere. Not sure. Never mind. It's fine. Okay. Let's go back to the tracking station and then do a proper save before I fuck up and explode. Also pop some music back on. So yeah, hope everyone's having a nice day. I think the guys are still streaming a bit of Ready or Not, by the way, the police game. So feel free to look at the stream team below if you want to go watch them. Hang on. I think is Sai streaming? So Quebec, Digby, Dinkle, they're all streaming, and Digi as well, and Sai is with them. Okay, 1 minute. Okay. So Duna Base Foundation. Let's switch over. Now, let's see how we're going to do this. Switching over. So, you're looking at a rocket which is going to be, or the hope is at least, to do a very aggressive descent. It does have a parachute, but I was rather counting on the fact that we're going to land on a mountain and it wouldn't be that relevant. I suppose it might be a bit relevant now. Altitude deploy at... Really? 5k is the max? Shit. Really? Might have to... Fuck, okay. Right. So, where is Duna? Yeah, we're super high up. Holy shit. Okay. We're going to have to come down lower and then look for the landing site. We should have plenty of Delta V to do this. We should be okay. Are we a bit tilty-wilty? We seem to be a bit tilty-wilty. Okay. In which case, let's do an inclination change. We'll wait until we come around again. So warp here. I mean, to be honest, Zarek, that's probably what we're talking about here. A sort of Space Marine drop pod looking thing. Straight down, burn hard. Hope we make it. Take care, Cake Pro. Sleep well. Right, add maneuver. We're on a 60 degree... yes, hang on. Oops, that's speed, not maneuver. Add maneuver. Let's try and sort out this inclination. Oh, no, wait, I'm on the wrong... If we're going to sort out an equatorial inclination, then I'm going to have to... Focus Duna, no target. I can't target Duna, can I? I need to... Yeah, if I do an inclination change now, it's just going to make it stupid, isn't it? I need to get lower. Yeah, this is dumb. So go down to the ascending and descending nodes for Duna itself, which I'm guessing probably around about here, right? Select something that's orbiting equatorially in order to find the descending and ascending and descending nodes. There, right? So let's go on the ascending node, slightly before it. I think this is correct. As high as we can. Okay, there we go. Come down a bit. So this is a 15.3 delta V burn. Oops. Doesn't need to be super precise. That should be fine. Okay. So, actually, why doesn't it need to be super precise? Let's make it precise. That's what the maneuvering node is for. Okay, 0.5 degrees. That's good enough. Right, turn to face maneuver. Maneuver in... What the fuck? Oh, I see. What? 100 and what days? No, what the hell? Go back a few rotations. There we go, 1 hour. What the on earth had just happened there? There we go. 60 days. Am I accidentally selecting a different orbital rotation? Go back one. 2 days. There we go, 2 days. I don't know how I'm doing that. There we go. Speed up time to 2 days. Hi there, Noodle. Thank you for saying so, Noodle. Thank you. Yes, I'm glad it worked out in the end. Thank you. A Jedi of Mischief. Yeah, we're good. Me and Lulu, we're good. She's had a good day today. She went off to go see the dog sitter, and the dog sitter carries 2 separate squeaky balls with her for the 2 dogs. So one dog goes for the other, and then Lulu goes for the other. And if the other dog takes her ball, then she just sort of pouts and gets like stroppy because she's spoiled. But yeah, she's a silly sausage. Okay. So I've dropped the thrust limit on that engine, so the burn time is now 11 seconds instead of 1. Yeah, we're going to have to jettison this pretty soon anyway. Okay. So, initiating burn. So just tiny little puffs of propellant coming out of that big old engine. And what we're doing is we're just trying to get a bit more of an equatorial orbit going on here. All right. Oops, sorry, getting Steam messages. Apologies. There we go. A little bit more. Should be fine. Okay. Now we'll go to the periapsis and just just warp straight there. Should be simple. Turn retrograde. Cool. So, time warp complete, turning the vessel. How do you get good at this game? Mostly practice, to be honest. The chat, I must admit, the chat has been super invaluable in fixing a lot of my mistakes, though, so thank you, folks. But yeah, lots of practice. The game, so as complicated as the game seems, it does actually hold your hand in many regards. In, I suppose, like a more gradual progression. It won't throw you into the deep end. It will say, here is a booster, tested at 5 kilometers or something. And then objective one after the other, it will be like, perform a docking of 2 objects in space. And that's probably one of the most challenging things that you'll face early on. But you'll get it. Once you've done a couple, you'll be like, I get it. Yeah, definitely give Kerbal a go, guys. It's really, really good. Okay, we're 1 minute from the periapsis. Initiating burn. Oop, sorry. What happened there? Weird. Let me just up the thrust limit there. Whoops, hello, no, we're okay. Periapsis is going down. Okay, we're going to have to change engines. Stand by. Changing engines now. Switching over to what I presume is a Wolfhound engine, sorry. There we go. Thank you kindly. That will stay in orbit around Duna forever. Well, until micro meteors break it up into tiny pieces. And solar radiation scours it over millions of years into unidentifiable polymers. Alright, there we go. 96 kilometers periapsis. There we go. So we have a... Oh, hold on. Oh, no, sorry. That's just the target that I've made there. That's fine. Okay. So, let's now time warp down... Well, I'll just warp straight down to the periapsis. There we go. Whee. Falling towards Duna. Hello, Ike. Cool. So again, speaking to the back of the room, to the lurkers who aren't familiar with what they're watching. So yes, if you want to change your altitude, it's simply a case of speeding up or slowing down. That's all I'm doing. It's that simple. The technology for space travel, at least in a very early capacity, was really World War II, as in rockets that can turn themselves on or off, and then a gyroscope to turn a rocket, or have a rocket determine which direction it's facing. That's like V2 rocket technology there. So pretty early on, yeah, you had the ability to perform suborbital rocketry. The technology is really quite far down on the tech tree. Okay. So, warping to periapsis. Have I seen The Expanse? I think up to season 2, but I'm behind, I'm afraid. I need to watch more of it. Okay. Alright, and now, so now all I'm doing is slowing down. Simple as that. By slowing down on one side of the orbit, you reduce the altitude on the other side. Your periapsis being the lowest point of your orbit, and your apoapsis being the highest point. There we go, and cut. Right, so we are orbiting almost the same... Hang on a minute. Can we see it? No. The ISS is somewhere over there, the Ike space station. Now then, let's think about our entry, shall we? One moment. I've disallowed access to this fuel on purpose. for the sake of these two engines here. Must remember to switch those on. Why have I disallowed that? Surely we need that. 1,200 delta V right there. But, okay. Oh, yes, okay, I planned for this, didn't I? So, I was planning for a very aggressive landing. As such, this thing has 3.60 thrust to weight ratio. So this thing can basically slow itself down very fucking quickly on like this thing needs to spin on a dime because it could be careening into a mountainside at great speed. So, big beefy engines, not necessarily big. 4 of them? 4 of them. Okay. Yeah, not great, not terrible. So we'll use the Rockomax to the best of our ability. Here's what I fear though: if we do a super aggressive landing, I worry about jettisoning the Wolfhound too late, and therefore it will be a literal obstacle that will smash into us just before we land. I don't think that fear is that far-fetched, to be honest. I need to be careful. Yes, this is definitely a quick save jobbo. So, how high is this landing going to be? In the sense, so where is it? Location, there we go. Set that as target. Activate navigation. So how steep is this descent? Let's just wing it a couple of times and see what happens. Although I will wait, because it's about to go on the dark side, and that's just going to be a pain. As in, can't see it, not dark side, as in, like, Sith. Somehow, Palpatine returned. I'm sorry, Rose Tico, you can't come along for this adventure. You don't test well amongst the 20 to 30 demographic. But she risked her life to save Finn, the film before. That's alright, you just stay here. You've got work to do. But there's like 20 rebels left. Like, in the entire galaxy, there's 20 rebels left. They all died in Last Jedi. And for some reason, they're all smiling about it at the end. Yes. A good question for another time, says Cinco. Oh, dear me. What a shit show, that trilogy. I'm fascinated to see. I think they're going to retcon them. I'm going to be honest. Like, not immediately. They're going to wait until the dust settles. But I totally reckon, like, in say about 10 years, they're totally going to retcon them out of existence on their next try. They are utterly going to retcon them. Okay. You alright, sweetie? Yeah, you get comfortable? Yeah, she's fine. Okay. Hi there, Neon. Thank you for saying so, Neon. And welcome indeed, Neon Einar. Yeah, thank you. Alas, these streams probably won't be... Well, yeah, very different, these streams. Obviously, those YouTube videos being highlights. But yeah, this is a bit more chill. Okay, anyway, so, for those just joining, what I need to do... Yeah, I need to do a very aggressive descent straight down to this landing site, which I think is a decent landing site, but honestly, we don't know until we try. So let's quick save. Now, how aggressive? Oof. Okay. Well, we do have 2,300... Wait, am I... Yes, okay. That is a very aggressive landing. Okay. Let's just fucking try, shall we? Worst that could happen is that we crash and explode and then have to reload. How long until we get there? That's 4 minutes until we hit it. Okay, so 4 minutes till we hit that. So presume another 4 minutes-ish until we get near the landing. Okay. Let's just see what happens. Here we go. So, quick save. Warp to the maneuver. Select the maneuvering node. Okay. Why does it need to be that much of an aggressive landing? Well, it's more that I want to be very precise in hitting the target, and even though Duna's atmosphere is wispy thin, it still does have an atmosphere. So drag and subsequent heating could cause damage to elements that do not have heat shields, which is everything, and also I'm worried that the drag will make me miss my target considerably. So I'm just trying to be a bit of a drop pod that's going to just go straight down. That being said, I've never done a Duna landing this aggressive, so maybe this won't work. Let's find out together. Okay. Preparing to initiate the burn. Initiating the burn. We are now slowing down by about 500 meters per second, turning our stable orbit into a holy fucking shit, what have you just done from mission control. But what do they know, eggheads? Alright. Alright, here we go. Safe landing in... Probably actually quantify it, but have a look. Hang on. 6 minutes. Here we go. So, just before we hit the Martian atmosphere, I'll retract the solar panel. Let's just leave that open for as long as possible to recharge the... Well, keep the battery... there it is, yeah. Also, can I safely retract the comsat? I'll be within range of a suitable signal strength. Should be okay. Thank you, Bioman Kill. Thank you very much, Bioman. Point the craft retrograde as we fall. So here we go. Switch over to land calculations. We're on 100 kilometers. Let's start retracting. So note this pressure gauge. You're going to see this start going up. Is it 40 kilometers? 40? Alright. Hopefully we're going to be okay. Is it only 30? Okay, either way, we're retracting the solar panel now. Switch off the SAS. Just let her fall. How are we doing? So that's our target. Hopefully we'll be okay. Speed up the time. Watch the pressure gauge. Here we go. Switch on the SAS briefly and point ourselves retrograde. SAS off. Yeah, actually I need to leave this on in case we start tumbling. We got sufficient power. Right. Good luck, everyone. About to touch the atmosphere. And where is our target? Somewhere down there. Here we go. Touching the atmosphere now. You're going to see atmospheric heating. Right. 33 kilometers. I'm initiating a slight burn just to reduce speed a little bit. And also, let's push my retrograde marker over the target a little bit. There we go, there we go, there we go. A little bit. So this is my direction of travel. You see that retrograde marker? I'm just nudging that over the target site. Okay, we're okay. 22 kilometers from impact. $19 kilometers from impact. Keep going, keep going. 16.5 kilometers from impact. Initiating a slightly harder burn. 12 kilometers. Traveling at 400 meters per second. Get ready to jettison to the newer engine. Stand by. 10 kilometers. Reduce speed. Reduce speed. Atmospheric heating. Atmosphere is increasing in pressure. I'm losing control. We're wobbling. Atmospheric pressure is spiking. Absolutely spiking. I'm losing control. Jettisoning. New engine. Oh no, it's what I feared. Quite quick. Hard burn. Hard burn. Hard burn. 5k. Moving at 230 meters per second. Keep control. Give me those gimbals. 177 meters per second, 4 kilometers. Prepare to initiate parachute. Deploy the chute now. Oh, there we go. We got it. We're reducing speed heavy. We're good. Lovely. Oh, wow. The seismic sensors on the other side of the planet picked up the impact. Ha! Nice. All right. How are we doing? Not bad. Switch off the sass, let her dangle. Another one. Hey. Deploying landing gear. We're now almost 1,000 meters from the surface. Ah, look at this place. We can always hop along. We've got a bit more delta V. We could choose a different landing site and just hop along. If we wished. To like go up there or something. So long as we're not like stupid with it. Not bad, eh? How far are we above sea level? Whoa, okay. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Initiate that burn, initiate that burn. 100 meters coming in. The Duna's surface is a sort of talcum powder mix of rusty dust. It's not really sand, not by we would understand it. Whoops, hang on. Fuck. There is sand, but it's more like a volcanic grey than red. The base is down. There we go. You know what? Looking at it, this could be a favourable location. It's quite open, got lots of light. Space planes could land here. We got ourselves a dune sea. Pretty. Yeah. How far above sea level? 6.5 kilometers above sea level. Excellent. That's much more favourable than the dinky little non-equatorial crater that we landed on. Not bad, eh? Can I slightly retract these legs a little bit? Because I'm a little bit wonky here. Don't think I can I? No, they'd need to be on their own custom... Can I? No. It's fine. Just, you know, anyone sitting in there is going to... Just start storing stuff over there, it's fine. Okay. The weight of all the fuel. Oh yeah, it's the weight of all the fuel, isn't it? So when the other sections arrive, when we attach them, it even out. Switch on the lights. Okay. So this is the middle section of a potential of the next Mars base. Yeah, I think we've got a good location here. And then the space plane can land on the dunes and come on in. Just burn at low throttle? Nah, keep the fuel. We want the fuel. Now, question is, have we landed on a place with fuel on it? Do we have a narrowband scanner attached? I have a feeling we don't. Extend the relay antenna. Not necessarily to communicate with HQ, but to act as a relay for any future missions in the area. Extend local antenna. That's not a relay antenna? Is it not? Am I dumb? Okay. In which case, just a normal antenna. For just communicating with whoever we need to. Alright. Are you sure it's not a relay? Damn. Okay, never mind. Right, our fat ladybird is sitting here in the dunes. That's what we'll call it. The ladybird base. Right. Right, ladybird base? Ladybird 1? What should we call it? Names for the base, everyone. Doesn't have to be ladybird either. Creative names for the base. Go. Ladybird 1. Ladybird Central. Your mum. Creative as always, I see Twitch chat. Worm 1. Big Lady. Bumblebee. Bumblebee's not bad. Dunefly Prime. Ladybird Point. Firefly Base. Dragonfly Base. Actually, now that you mention it, Dragonfly. Yeah. I like that. Dragonfly base. Yeah. There we go. Dragonfly base. Right there. So, hopefully, it will be much easier to bring things down to the surface. Rather than this awkward existing base that I've got down here. Jesus. It's not that far either, looking at it. I wonder if elements of the base can make a hop with their rockets. What do you think? We could always give it a go. Hop the existing base over there? Might be tricky with the thicker atmosphere. Let's give it a go. I'm gonna properly save it before we do anything that stupid. Right. The position of the parachute is going to ruin the view. Well, I was going to have an engineer move it. Oh, what am I doing? That's the tracking station. Okay. Right, give it a save. Right, yeah. There we go. So, Duna base hop. Am I into Attack on Titan? I'm afraid not, sorry. Anime is not generally for me. I had an ex that was really into anime, and if you live with your girlfriend, then that kind of makes you watching anime if they do. So I've seen quite a few examples, but enough to realise that it's not for me. What's the term for it? Like trope dissonance? Is it like a dissonance? Like values, lots of things appearing in the anime that I'm like, what? 1 minute, what am I doing? Where is the Duna base? Right. Thank you, Sabidal. Thank you very much, Sabidal. Yes, Gulami? Okay, so this is the existing base. Bit of a hodgepodge type assembly, isn't it? Yes. Fuel tank mounted there with lots of solar cells. Who's here? Malman the pilot, Bob the scientist. Whoops. Got a steam overlay. I can't actually read what's there. 1 second. Ooh, thank you, American Wii. Thank you very much. Oh, no, wait, sorry. A Mexican Wii. I misread that. I'm so sorry. Thank you, a Mexican Wii. Thank you for doing that. Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you. So Stadius is an engineer. Interesting. So Stadius, if I wanted to, she could indeed start removing sections of those solar panels and moving them down here, if we wanted to keep this top bit. It is strutted on. And we do have parachutes up there. What do you think? How much fuel do we actually have? We might need to refine some more. Meh. God, can we move this thing? Where are the engines? There. The thuds. Oh, God. Okay. No. Actually, tell a lie. So three. Yeah, it's got some pretty good thruster weight. Oh, this is going to be stupid. Are we doing this? This is going to be so dumb. There's no. It could work, but it's if it even work or not, it's going to look stupid. Okay. Are we doing this? Thank you, Firerot, and welcome indeed. Okay, well, if we're doing this, I have to refine a shit ton of fuel, frankly. So let's just switch on the drill. Unfurl. Why is it? Oh, the radiator's unfurled because Jeb nearly broke it. There we go. Jeb's up in space. Ignore him. He's presumably kicking fucking Bill's ass in whatever multiplayer like Mario Kart game they're currently playing on their sofa in that space station. Deploy the drill. Ooh. Okay. Start processing liquid fuel and oxidizer. Good, we've got a tank full of ore. Here we go. So, start the drill harvester. Wobbly, wobbly, wobbly. So, the reason I'm giggling is because this engine is going to be lifting the entire assembly through the, at this point, dense Martian atmosphere and then land it on the other side safely with all of this stupid bells and whistles stuff attached to it. Okay, insufficient, really? Insufficient charge? Okay. Gotta keep stopping and starting the drill. This might be a bit dumb for a while. Start harvester drill, there we go. So we've got to get the oxidizer completely full. Could just leave it running and just increase the simulation. Let's just do that. Let's just leave it running. Okay. So, start, stop. Yeah, it's fine. Right, go back to the tracking station. So I'm just going to leave them running refining fuel for like a week. Why is it wobbly? It was built by an idiot. Okay, so let's speed up the time then. There we go. You have a feeling that it's not going to be stable because the center of mass is below the center of thrust. Jesse, sorry, ignoring the second part of the sentence, Jesse. It's not going to be stable. It's not going to be stable. What on earth gave you that impression? You mean the horribly wiggly, janky looking thing that is not even stable while stationary? That thing? Gee whiz, we have a rocket scientist in the chat, everyone. Yes, Jesse, I'm aware that it's not going to be stable. Right, hang on. Oh, they might need more time. Hang on. Liquid fuel? Oh, hold on. Oxidizer. Why? Where's all the oxidizer being stored? Here. Is it because the mission was to just get liquid fuel, wasn't it? Oh no. Have I made a major whoopsie? I don't think I have the ability to vent this heavy liquid fuel. I just need to make oxidizer. Cancel. Okay. Cancel liquid fuel. Just oxidizer. Shit, have we got a ton of, like, heavy liquid fuel that we can't unload into anything? I don't have one of those little vents that lets me, like, empty it. Or do I? I could always burn it off. That's true. Yeah, we might have to. But, I mean, okay. Ah, stupid. Yeah, you're right. We might have to. Okay. So, is that it? With just this one tank? I was never going to do it. Okay. So, how do we do a controlled venting then? I guess we just quick save and... Hang on. Save that. Burn that oxidizer. Whoa, okay. Gently. Oh, Christ. Whoa! We're cooking a solar panel, folks. Can you smell silicon? So let's do ourselves a wee burn. So I'm just trying to burn off this liquid fuel down here. So, sorry to explain, these are liquid fuel tanks but no oxidizer. The oxidizer is here. We need both. So what I've done is I've created a whole bunch of liquid fuel that is it's just dead weight. This is going to take forever. Little bit. Hang on, a bit more. Don't lift up the base. We're lifting up the base, careful. Down a bit. So you ever like sit in your flat and try to work, but you're having trouble paying attention because the washing machine is on in the kitchen behind you, and like the whole flat is shaking? Imagine trying to run some science experiments like like Bob is trying to do right now. He's trying to like put some water or whatever, or like some acid into a beaker, and the whole room is shaking. Like that. Okay. I'll tell you what I will do, sorry. Cut that. Just transfer. Shift. Alt. Just fill this up with liquid fuel and then disallow access to it. There we go. And then we won't have to make any more liquid fuel, just the oxidizer. To fill what we're missing. Presumably I can just say don't use that. We're going to be quite top heavy for a while. Hell, we're going to be quite top heavy in flight. No, we can just transfer all the fuel down here and it can still... No, we can't, because we can't move the oxidizer. That's the problem. We're screwed. Alright. Disallow access to that. Burn. Gently. Gently. Don't lift up. Don't lift up. Okay. So yeah, we just need to empty these tanks. Okay. Kerbals might be distant cousins of the Wombles. One of them might seem dense and quite slow, but bring a group and a little time and they will eventually figure things out. They're similarly cutely, chubby and snuggly. Thank you? I think... hang on. Excuse me. It's not my fault. Mag sent me stroop waffles. Yes, we could be here a while. Okay. There's not like a vent thing on that, is there? Probably not. I'd rather not, Sipsaf. No, I'm just gonna keep it this. Also, hi there, Sipsaf. Okay. Oh god damn it. Yeah, we could be here ages. What the fuck? Oh god. It's never gonna work. Crap. There we go. We're out of oxidizer. Okay. Refine more oxidizer only. So start... yep. Stop monopropellant. Okay. Just... So start just the oxidizer. Alright. And then start the harvester. And there we go. Then leave it alone. Go back to the tracking station. Alright. So it's trying to refine fuel with... Well, there is some in this crater. Trouble is, it's not the thruster weight mind maker. It's the delta V in total. So again, it's how much mass we can actually shift with the fuel that we've got. So sorry, let me just speed up the time. And if we've got a huge ass base, that's going to be very low delta V. Let's go back. Let's especially if we have a huge ass base that's lugging a whole bunch of fuel that is useful only to things docking with it. Indeed, Zacco. Welcome indeed. Sorry, as I keep saying, Zacco, the content here probably won't interest you as much as the YouTube channel, I'm afraid. What with the YouTube channel just being a bunch of highlights. But yeah, you'll find this all very boring. Hello, what's this? Yeah. Oh, it's a belly welly. Oh, it's his belly welly. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. It's cute. So the reason the bullshittery videos take so long is I spend most of the day just petting the French bulldog that's behind me. Ah, dear. Okay. How are we doing? One moment. How much oxidizer? Cool. Full oxidizer. Let's initiate another burn. So, for those just joining the stream, I'm rather awkwardly trying to burn off... Uh-oh. Sorry, what's running? Is the drill running? Should we switch the drill off? So I'm rather awkwardly trying to burn off some excess fuel that I've got in storage tanks here. This base was never supposed to move. In fact, it's still not supposed to move. Oops. Are we okay? Yeah. But I'm seeing if I can be cheeky and lift it up and send it to a newer base location. Which isn't too far away. It's on the equator. So we're down on a south pole. It's over like that way, I guess. Indeed, I can speed up the time during the warp burns, but I'm worried that the Kerbal space program equivalent of Clang is going to rear its head and smash everything I love to pieces. Right. That's true, Morliga. You are correct. That's something I didn't consider. Morliga points out that even if I don't make it in one sitting, I can just leapfrog my way across the planet. This thing has the ability to mine. Ah, yeah. Nice point, Morliga. I could just identify, get as far as I can, burn hard, get there, refuel, burn hard again. Alright. How are we doing? Ugh. Shit. I need to land in zones with fuel. Yeah. Then again, if memory serves, isn't there like a huge ass trench? Like, right next door? No, wait, it's got no fuel in it. That's the new base location. This whole section had loads of fuel though. Okay, just burning off whatever I can. Iridium, we're just trying to burn off liquid fuel, so it's intentional. We're trying to get rid of it. Because we don't have the ability to store oxidizer, so the liquid fuel was just to complete an objective, and now it's just dead weight. Yeah, we could be here a little bit. Oh, fuck me. Can the chutes be repacked just in case? Yes, and they will be. Definitely. I should have paid attention to see how much Delta V we had before I started this oxidizer burn. It was 200 or something Delta V with all this junk in the trunk. So dumping a little bit of liquid fuel. I wonder if we can... speed it up a bit. Oh, really? 360-ish? Good God. That's more Delta V than I imagined. Okay. Also, can I just do one thing? Let me just... Sorry, warp to daylight. Where is it? Warp to sunrise so I can see what the fuck I'm doing. Are we absolutely sure that that thing doesn't have an ejection exhaust or something? Because if it does, this will speed up everything. Sorry, Stadius, would you mind? So Stadius, stop, like, dicking around reading magazines. Hang on. So here is our engineer Stadius. Could you please get your jetpack and whee! Ouch. Okay, yep. Like bloody moths they are. Whee! Don't break the radiator. You break it, you gotta fix it. Okay. So this is an NPC built, or rather, like, a competing corporation, competing space, fuck ass. What's that up there? What is that? Just background scenery? Just like a comet that's visible? Guess it's a comet. Not seen that before. Cool. Fuck. Have I not noticed that before? Okay. So I'm just verifying that this craft doesn't have like an exhaust thing. Ladder. Fuel tank. Bunch of wheels. Nah. Nothing. Science Junior module. Couple of lights on the front and a probe core. No. Okay. Shame. Whee. Okay, let's do another control burn. Get Stadius back inside. Don't break the radiator. She's going to break the radiator. Don't break... I just said don't do it. There we go. Ooh, stylish. Well done. And get back in. There we go. Right. Alright, so continue getting some oxidizer. There we go. Initiate drilling. Start drilling. And there we go. The base is now groovy. Back again to the Space Center. Tracking station. Back and forth and back and forth. Okay. Greta, not wishing to labour the point, to stay on the point, but very sceptical about Kerbal Space Program 2 due to the extreme shady shit surrounding its development. Oh, thank you, Tin Star, for the sub bomb. Thank you very much, Tin Star. Thank you. Thank you for doing that, Tin Star. So let's just do 5 days. There we go. Okay. And thank you, Bunny Lover. Thank you. Right. Indeed, Lulu is quite comfy. Gums flapping. Silly girl. Yeah, she's a happy girl. Right, once again, I just warp to sunrise. Burn some oxidizer. There we go. Okay. Check fuel, check fuel, check fuel. Initiate a controlled burn. There we go. Alright. Just trying to get rid of all this. Oh, it's going to take a while, isn't it? Piss. You're right, honey. Okay. Alright. She moved. Yeah, she does that. Sometimes she even eats my food. And by sometimes, I mean all the time. And it doesn't matter what I'm eating, even if she would hate it, she sits at my feet staring at me. Because human food... Dog food is food, but human food is like drugs. Oh, sorry. Oops. Horribly off topic. This more... Though it's sort of on topic. The Star Wars, right? It just popped into my brain. I was going through Reddit and I was just going up and down some posts, and all of a sudden there was this scene that I think it was from that Boba Fett Star Wars show. And maybe you'll nod and say that it is what I'm describing, or maybe it was not. But regardless, it was a scene that someone had edited to Mario Kart music. And the scene depicted what I think was Tatooine, and it had a guy, like an alien, what are they called? The big tentacle-headed aliens. Jabba, Jabba's palace, whatever they're called. Anyway, it featured a guy driving away in his hover car, in his land speeder, sorry, and then he was being chased by a bunch of guys in what looked like dinner suits driving Power Ranger bikes. And they were driving in this chase scene, and it looked like a porn parody for Star Wars. And the thing that made me laugh, so they're driving through in this chase, and then like, oh no, there's like obstacles in the way, and it's all very comedic. And it's like, oh, there's an R2 unit that fell over, like a R5 unit or whatever. And then there's like, oh, there's a protocol droid in the way, and oh, it's all very silly. The colourful speeder bikes pulled up alongside the dude they were chasing, and one of the dudes lifted his robot leg with a conveniently placed spike to start robot kicking, totally ineffectually, this dude's car. And that made me laugh. Like, he was waiting for that moment. He got that robot leg just for the spike, and you know it. He lived for this moment. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, the other dude reached over on the other side of the car and extended a robot hand which had, like, a welding tool underneath it for no reason. And he started, like, sort of pointlessly burning the exterior of the car. And at that point, I burst out laughing in the middle of the park that I was walking Lulu in, and just immediately closed it in near hysterics at how ridiculous it was. Is that real? Is that the actual Boba Fett show? It cannot be real. That's terrible. Wow. The whole show isn't that bad. I fucking hope not. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. So sorry, a dumb question, because I don't follow this. So why are they doing a Boba Fett show? Don't they have The Mandalorian, which is just the same thing, really? As in, showing off his armor, that sort of thing. Helmeted protagonist. Money. What, so they're just trying to make like a second Mandalorian? Okay. Mando made Mandalorians interesting again, so Boba came up. Oof. Gotta milk that license, yeah. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What are you doing, you ridiculous creature? Hmm? She's very comfortable. Oh. Where's the happy snorting? Well, she was quietly cooing. I could feel her throat there. Okay, so that's all the oxidizer burnt there. Okay, no, we're getting there. We are getting there, gradually. Yeah, so a little bit more oxidizer. Keep burning. We are getting there, everyone. Insufficient power. Wait for it to have a bit more. Hi there, Moley. ZF Moley is in the chat, everyone. Hi, Moley. I hope you're very well, sir. I have a strange animal behind me, being very strange. Alright. What is that sausage doing? Alright, Pickle. You're gonna fall off. You're gonna fall off. And we're gonna laugh at you. It's fine. Yeah, I need to get into those ears. They're filthy. Disgusting animal. 1 minute. Speeding up time. Cool. And back to the Duna base. What? Okay. Yeah, she hears everything. What's that? Mag says, Ceci's still at the doggy hotel, picking her up tomorrow. She'll likely be exhausted. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, so Mag, overall, how was your trip? Feel free to not talk about it if you didn't want to talk about it on stream. That's fine. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed your time off. Is that a giant fish, plush fish? It's a pillow, yeah. It's a carp, and lengthwise it's a bit longer than an actual carp, but girth-wise that's pretty on point. Hang on. Mag says my skiing trip was great. We had good snow, we had good weather, we had lots of beers and schnapps. Great vacation, thanks. Great to hear it, man. Really, really great to hear it. Yeah, I hope you really enjoyed it. That's cool. Yeah, I took the week off last week as well. Didn't really do anything fancy. I just sat around in my underpants drinking beer. It was good. I feel thoroughly refreshed. Okay. Yeah, I need to clean that ear. She's scratching, isn't she? Oh, damn, I should have done it earlier when she was calmer, when she was sleeping. Now that she's slept, she's got a bit of energy and it's going to be a fuss. Okay. Irisha says, one day, Soviet, I will get you to pronounce my online name properly. Oh, thank you, Bunny Lover, Tin Star, and Coed. Thank you. Irisha. Irisha? Irisha. Irisha? Is it Irisha? Thank you, Pew Pew Laser XD. Thank you very much, Pew Pew. Thank you. Mag says it was so good, but after sharing an apartment with 7 other men, my own bed looks extremely comfortable from here. Yes, yes. Sounds good. Arisha says like that. Ah, I see. Oh, sorry, how you would say irrigation. Irisha? Irisha. Yeah, it was, Mag. Yeah, I need to be quiet about it because it's over now, but yeah, that bullshittery was tough. That really was. Source Filmmaker started off being fairly straightforward, but it got tricky towards the end, and eventually I took what I called the nuclear option, which is just to break it up into pieces and render those pieces separately, because goddamn, Source Filmmaker did not want to do it. Maybe the project just got too complicated in the end. Thank you, Nightlife. Thank you very much, Nightlife. Thank you. Thank you, Mac. Thank you for saying so. Well, in which case, I will certainly do a similar type thing in Team Fortress Bullshittery Part 2. Although at least this time I'll be able to better accurate the time that it will take. How long, on average, does it take to edit a bullshittery? So typically it takes between 20 to 25 days of editing, split between 5 days a week. So you're looking at 4 to 5 weeks. It's split into fairly obvious sections, but there's lots of sort of back and forth overlap between lots of different things. So there's an initial nesting stage where I get the clips, the assembly stage where I put the clips together and view them, then followed by a pretty lengthy keyframing stage. That's probably bulk of it, to be honest. We're talking maybe 2.5 weeks of just the keyframing. And then afterwards there's a quality assurance rework stage. Technically there's also a phase 2. I've started calling it phase 2, which is where I go through and I do finishing work, like fancy animations or like voice work that needed to be recorded earlier, but in the case of Divinity, but you know, I didn't have a voice actress signed. That sort of thing. And then finally the last stage is quality assurance, where I'm going through it and rewatching the video 10 million times until I'm sick of it. Right. Okay. How are we doing? We're getting there. Gradually getting there. Okay. How much does it cost to make the videos? Millions upon millions. Very little. I mean, what is it? Total Biscuit, I once said, describing YouTubers. Yeah, the outgoing cost is very low. Once you've got the equipment... Wait, insufficient power? Sorry. It's just the nature of this work. Once you've got the equipment set up and going, there's really not a huge amount of... It's not as if you're taking, say, like, raw steel and processing it into something. You're making a video, you're editing footage together, and once you've got the equipment to record that footage, there's not that many expenses, which is great. It means that despite how often YouTube is continually screwing creators, people can keep creating. People who are like sort of scrappy with enough of a can-do attitude and enthusiasm can sort of edge in on the space. And why things like crowdfunding stuff is so extremely important and useful. Thank you, folks. Thank you. Thank you, Damn You Dave, and Havquin, 3 Levis, and Daug1, and Nightlife. Thank you, all of you. Thank you. Yeah, the real cost is time. Just takes time. Thank you, Martin. Thank you. Alright, 1 second. Yeah, Lulu's, she's off. She's still itching her ear. I definitely need to get in there. Get some wet wipes. Speed up time. There we go. Right. Back to the Duna base. Sorry, for the people just joining, this isn't very interesting. I'm burning off some spare fuel in order to reduce the weight of this Mars base, because I want to try and move it. And we're carrying lots of liquid fuel that I cannot actually use. So it's a bit of a, well, just dead weight. Alright. Indeed, Azure, indeed. Our Azure. Hope you're well. Can I reduce the amount of weight in you so that... I can't do that, Xana. I can't even reduce the amount of weight in me. Let alone you. Again, I'm blaming Mag. Stroop waffles. Okay, how are we doing? 512 Delta V. Yeah, we're going to need more than that. So, continue a burn. Oxidize is good. Burny, burny, burny. Okay. No, Lord of Rawn. This is carbon-based life form something. Can't remember the name of the album, sorry. Thank you, Charlie. It's complicated. On the video essay front, yes, absolutely. There's lots of it, but I've struggled to... So the long answer is I've had a series of video essays going on in the background, but the problem is I don't think a lot of them were very good. So having to sort of rework and refine the arguments and gather more information, and also sometimes rewrite things which are matters of opinion, and you've got to be careful in what you say because, well, opinion-specific video essays are very easy to tear apart. Along with just normal lessons learned when writing scripts. For example, I made a very serious lapse in logic in one of my scripts. Fixed now, thankfully. Which I'm so glad didn't go live, because I would have been eviscerated. Okay. Is it still burning? Yeah, it's still burning. We're okay. I can't burn too high because otherwise we'll fly, and that's not what I want right now. I'd rather keep that to myself, please, Papa, if that's alright. But hi there, Papa Lime. Ever start working on a video and just say to myself this is crap and scrap the whole project? Oh yes, absolutely. There's quite a few of those. There's some like Fallout stuff that I did once. Fallout New Vegas. Wasn't very funny. Some Mountain Blade stuff as well. Yeah, lots of stuff. I partially sort of started on a lark one time. A Blade and Sorcery video. But a quick sort of look around at the environment on YouTube revealed that, well, Blade and Sorcery is full of those types of videos, saturated. And I thought, there's no point in doing this. I have to do something that's entirely focused on comedy. We are sliding a little bit, aren't we? Let me just turn down those engines. Yikes. Ooh. In fact, we lifted up a little. We lifted up a little bit. We were hovering. Okay. Have I thought about doing more RTS games? From time to time. I did really enjoy Dawn of War and the Homeworld series back in the day. Can I determine the fuel to oxidizer ratio to burn more fuel? I don't think that's something you can configure, is it? Am I excited for Homeworld 3? I don't know. I don't know enough about it, I'm afraid. I mentioned in like a Team Fortress stream when someone said it that I was nervous about the developer, but then someone told me that the developer was in fact not a new developer, but the old developer or something. So I don't know. So it's difficult because the developer was Relic, right? And Relic are the same people that made Dawn of War. And something happened. Something really happened to Relic. I couldn't tell you what it is. Maybe it's just normal churn that happens with a sort of Ship of Theseus that is software development, but it was like a tap. The talent just vanished. Gone. The talent from that studio just disappeared. And that their later games were just it's difficult to just call something bad because it oversimplifies things, but there was something strange about them. And yeah, the later games in the series got very strange. Well, the one to talk about is Dawn of War. I mean, that's a very high profile and pretty obvious failure at every level. So if you're not familiar with the Dawn of War series, sorry, bear with me. I'm going off and ranting. It succeeded back in the day. Dawn of War 1 and its expansion succeeded not because it was Warhammer. It succeeded because it was a really innovative RTS that was doing a whole bunch of shit that no other RTSs were doing. And yeah, so it came along to the landscape with this really interesting 40k feel to it. But honestly, I think you could have changed the aesthetics entirely, and it would have been just as impactful. Anyway, 1 minute. Sorry, do that. Go to the tracking station. The short answer is Dawn of War 2 came out, and it had abandoned quite a lot of the strengths of the series. It had changed itself to be a lot smaller, a much smaller type of game with it's hard to really describe. The best way to say would be that the first game was a real-time strategy with lots of killing by the hundreds, if not thousands of units on any given session. The next one was a very tactical feeling game with only a handful of emphasis placed on a handful of special hero units, which kind of makes sense if you're doing Space Marines fighting something like the Tyranids, but it really changed the mouthfeel. I need to pick my words carefully here because a lot of people did really enjoy Dawn of War 2, and that's fine, but it didn't feel like Dawn of War. It would have been much better at home, I feel, with a completely different name. It didn't feel like Dawn of War. Or rather, Dawn of War 1. And to cap it off, one of the multiplayer modes that they included in Dawn of War 2 was like I don't know what to call it, like a hero defense mode? Like where you have a section of heroes that you control, almost like a Defense of the Ancient style thing. Yeah, it's weird. It was like, who wanted this? And then the real sort of nail in the coffin of Dawn of War was Dawn of War 3, when they completely abandoned everything that made Dawn of War 1 great and just made a MOBA. They just made a MOBA. And they pretty much abandoned it, like, so soon after its release, when they realised that they didn't have an audience. Everyone who liked Dawn of War 1 was completely off it by that point, and everyone who liked Dawn of War 2... there was nothing there for them. It was a MOBA. And then the series just died. Anyway, so that's my point more about Relic, is the fact that something happened. Something happened behind the scenes insofar as their tone at the top, I suppose. The people making the overall big shots. By the sounds of it, if I had to pitch a guess, they're not people that have worked their way up through the chains of their gaming industry and are probably corporate suits who go, yeah, MOBAs, yeah, like we should try and compete with all these other... Hang on, fuck, is it still running? Whoops. We should try and get a little bit of this money from the competitive gaming scene. We should totally compete. What have we got? Dawn of War. Let's make that a MOBA. Perhaps, and yeah, maybe that's the answer, Target Shopper. Perhaps, maybe in their attempts to chase innovation, they were like, yeah, let's keep changing. But yeah, no, you don't do that. Well, once you've found your feet, you stay on your feet. You don't immediately start rolling. Or sorry, rather, once you've thrown things to the wall to see what sticks, you don't find a new wall. Or rather, you can, but you can't call that wall Dawn of War. Well, I wouldn't say always, Iron Blix. It depends on the studio. It's quite easy to go the other way, isn't it? And just pull an Assassin's Creed and just print out the same thing with very few iterations. Very few innovations. It's not necessarily always that studios would do that. Depends, really. Right, how are we doing? Been doing this for a while. Good, almost that tank's empty. That one's on the way. Yes, Crusher. Dawn of War and Dawn of War Winter Assault and Dawn of War Dark Crusade and maybe a smidge of Soulstorm are excellent. Excellent RTSs. Homeworld is excellent. Homeworld Cataclysm, hot take, I'd say is even better. I think they changed its name. It's not called Cataclysm anymore. It's Homeworld something. Homeworld 2's okay, but definitely stick with Homeworld 1 and Homeworld Cataclysm. Emergence? They call it Emergence. Oh, that's a stupid name. Okay. Space Marine, yeah, was pretty good, Dan. Although, if I had a thing on Reddit recently about that, it did feel very Gears of War. It did feel like a ground that had been well trod. Okay. Lord Darius, we're trying to reduce our weight. We're too heavy. I'm trying to get rid of some fuel that we cannot use. For these these fuel tanks were purely storage units to keep fuel to complete a mission objective. However, without oxidizer, we can't actually use that fuel. So I'm just trying to burn it off and then have a full tank here, split it up a little bit to reduce the weight, and then see if I can hop the station to better ground, because we are actually in a polar crater. It's a pretty shit location for a base, to be honest. I chose poorly. Instead, there's a much more resource-rich area that way. Not that far that way either. Might take a couple of hops to do it. Yeah, but Grant, another hot take, if you'll forgive me. I personally think that the space... Okay, again, I need to pick my words very carefully. I'm not saying that Space Marine is a better Gears of War, but I would say that the Gears of the 40k universe is a better fit for the gameplay of Gears of War. As in, the Locust, that's just greenskins. The Gears, huge muscle-bound genetically, that's a Space Marine. You're describing a Space Marine. Chainsaw, like guns, that's a chain sword. Everything would have been, well, it did. It was mapped onto 40k seamlessly. They didn't have to force anything. There was no like weird, oh no, the greenskins have a huge green skin that's coming at us. That's just greenskins. They've got little Lambert wretches that are coming forward to explode. That's just Gretchen. You see what I mean? As in, it fits completely. Okay, we're nearly done here. Probably one more will do it. Oh, there we go. Cancel that. Warp to, yeah, just get a bit more light. Sorry, I'm not the most interesting stream. Just waffling. And the point that I made on the subreddit the other day, and the fact that in Gears of War, the gears, the humans, they're represented by what are they represented by? How are they shown in the game in Gears of War to contrast them from the enemy? Big Gothic architecture, isn't it? Huge vaulted ceilings, marble and metal and concrete and smooth surfaces and cleanliness. What are the Locusts defined by? Heavy organic, sort of rubberizing forces that sort of destroy and take over and twist and corrupt. Imperium? Greenskins. The aesthetic fits perfectly. Okay, speeding up the time again. Okay, 1 minute. Thank you, Zingy. Thank you very much, Zingy. Oh god. Sorry. If it's made by the same people that made Vermintide, oh god. I'm immediately disinterested, I'm sorry. You probably don't want to trigger me on that rant. Especially if you like Vermintide, but oh. Okay. Hang on. No, don't make me do that rant. Hang on. So, how are we doing? 622 Delta V. Nice. Yeah, I think we can do this. It'd be close, but I think we could do it. So, let's do another quick burn. We got the oxidizer. Whoa! Shit on toast. I'm okay? Too much there. You want to hear the rant? Okay. So, Vermintide 2 and Left 4 Dead. The two games are not exactly the same, but they're close enough to each other that you can obviously draw some comparisons. But the most obvious comparison between the two is that one of those two developers used its mechanics together to try and recreate the feeling of a doomed world, a feeling of a place that was genuinely having nasty shit going down, with people scrawling graffiti and dead bodies of like their loved ones nearby, and weapons caches and barricaded thing. You got the feeling that the whole damn thing, like the weapons in particular, focus on that for a second. Where are the weapons found? In barricaded safe zones or at the feet of riot police who died using them. The whole thing is built in such a way to try and make you feel like it's happening in Left 4 Dead. Vermintide 2? Well, the problem isn't that its world is empty. The problem isn't that its world is quiet, to the point that something as lore-rich as Warhammer is barely represented beyond the mobs that you slay. The problem is that it's just a slot machine, and all of the weapons exist on golden plinths, shining, glowing, with a special little twinkling animation that plays when you go back to your HQ and open them. And then if you don't like the weapon, you can smelt it for a similar animation. The whole thing is just skin over a loot box casino game. They just want you to keep playing, just get another loot box, open another loot box. More loot boxes, more loot boxes. The heroes are out finding loot. The people of the world? What people? It's all about loot. It's just a dopamine spike thing. If anything, the reason that it triggers me so is that the footsteps that it's walking in showed that you didn't need that. Left 4 Dead is still incredible. No one plays Left 4 Dead because, oh my god, they're just so desperate to get another camo skin for their shotgun. Can't wait to get back to the safe zone to get a glowing box. Who's putting the weapons in the glowing boxes? My point is, yeah, Vermintide 2 is ruined. I can't speak about Vermintide, sorry, I've not played that one, but it felt ruined by its loot box implementation. Take that out. So if what I'm saying is annoying you there, and you really love Vermintide, and you're typing a long huge paragraph in the chat telling me why I'm wrong, consider this for a second. Imagine Vermintide 2, but there are no loot boxes. Imagine instead you move from safe room to find cowering civilians covered in blood, clerics desperately asking for your help, or not even that, just dead bodies with graffiti scrawled on the walls, prayers to whoever god they're praying to, just making it like finding the weapons, the axes, whatever, in the hands of the knights that fell holding them. Sort of showing that, yeah, this is a place and it's under attack by the Skaven and they're fucking dying and people are actually getting hurt here. As in the mechanics built in such a way to show the world of Warhammer, not just a glowing box on a plinth that triggers a casino animation. Yeah, it's a game that's built around trying to exploit a Skinner box. And I hate it. Okay. Fuel? Yep, we're almost out. Looking good. Okay, so almost done. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Target Shopper. You're right, I hadn't thought about that. Shit. Yeah. Here comes Vermintide 3 now with NFTs in the loot boxes. Yeah. Loot boxes just infuriate me. Again, because it's at the same time, it's Warhammer. Come on, it's Warhammer. You've got all this lore to draw upon. You've got all of this delicious stuff that you can flesh out your world with, and your primary focus is a glowing box on a plinth? You could have made people, like, crave just this setting. Not just earning stuff. One more pull of the slot machine handle. Oh, there we go. Oh, shit, we were close. Can I transfer the fuel up here? No, it's full. Damn. Okay, a tiny burn. Alright, we were very close that time. Here we go. So initiate the mining. Whoa, careful. Initiate the mining operation again. Then oxidizer again. And then... I'm wrong in one thing, says on double. Loot doesn't matter in Vermintide 2. It's basically just a leveling tutorial where loot grind and numbers go up. That's not really my point. Sorry, my point is that it's not that it doesn't matter. It's, if anything, sorry, forgive me. If that's true, one double, then that's worse. If it's a slot machine that ultimately doesn't matter. Sorry, pardon me. My point is more that the game is built around trying to keep people hooked via conditioning, via short-term dopamine spikes. Gambling, just not called gambling. Because I know that people split hairs when it comes to loot boxes, and I know that I've argued this to death and no one cares anymore. Well, it feels like no one cares anymore. But, yeah, it's a mental weakness in our ape brains. Do a small task, get a repetitive little plinky coin jingling sound and a repeated animation and get a random reward. Yeah, you can condition people. It's just one of the weaknesses in our brain. And if we're being honest with ourselves, lots of games have done it. For a long, long time. Even before the loot box craze comes along. Lots of things do it. Is it okay? Depends on the person. Depends on the individual. You've really got to sort of rationalize it yourself. But again, personally, as someone who doesn't want to play a slot machine, I fucking hate it. I'd rather play Left 4 Dead and enjoy the masterpiece that is Left 4 Dead than play slot machine Vermintide. Hang on. Sorry, how do I... Oh, are we warping? No, there we go. Warp to sunrise. Alright. I know, yeah. I feel like a broken record, I'm sorry. But forgive me, Volty, sorry, jumping back again. It is. Sorry, you need to step back a second. Ignore the mechanics specifically. So it's just grinding to improve your gear. You just smelt things. Go back one step. Go back one. The whole purpose of that sort of like specific animation, you've seen it, haven't you? You know where the camera goes to a Gaussian blur and you get a sort of overlay and then these two little chevrons open to reveal your prize. Is there a sound effect? I can't remember, but the box is glowing. It's all supposed to condition you. It's that little dopamine spike. That's the purpose of it. It is conditioning. You have to look back and it is a specific action with a sound effect, which is conditioning you to get a hit of dopamine when you hit that action, encouraging you to do it again. Just one more loot box, one more. It's just a weakness in our brains. It's not about what's in the box. It's about opening the box. It's not about whether or not that gear matters. It's about opening the box. Just one more box. One more box. Just one more round, guys. One more box. Anyway. Sorry. Just burning this little bit of fuel. Just a little bit, and then we're done. And then I'll launch this thing and see if we can land. We'll see. Right. Well, BTEC, I fell at the same time. I fell into WoW hard, as millions did. I played WoW for 5 years, pretty much every evening, every weekend, every single waking free moment. I played World of Warcraft, And I look back on it and I realise how fucking just down a horribly conditioned rabbit hole I was. Yeah, it was really bad. I was one of the no-lifers going around just doing nothing but playing WoW. All the time. All the time. I had my girlfriend, she had her PC next to me, we both played WoW. What were we doing on weekend evenings? We were raiding, you know. What were we doing when we weren't raiding? Grinding materials for more raiding or whatever. I fell hard. Fell really, really hard into it. It can get you, man. It can get you. For me, says Prospect, it was classic WoW. My life literally was spinning out of control. Yep. Yeah, I was in classic too. Yeah. The whole thing is, just one more daily. One more random reward. That little plink, that little leveling sound, that little achievement noise. Just one more. Skippy says, I quit with her Burning Crusade. I was starting to fail college. Yeah. I quit just before Mists of Pandaria. Was that the name of it? The Mist of Pandaria? Or just Pandaria? The one with the pandas. Mists of Pandaria, not the Miss. Cool. Yeah, oops, sorry, I should be burning harder. There we go. Almost done. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay, Guffy. Hope you're well. Yeah, sorry for the rubbish rant nonsense. Okay, so now job done. Okay, so lock these. Do not refine any more fuel and put them there. Okay. And then fill this up entirely with oxidizer and liquid fuel. Do we have anything? Yeah, we need to make sure. Oh, good. I can jettison the tank contents if needs be, if we go overboard. All right. So, yeah. So initiate. Hang on. Initiate harvester. Just do the oxidizer. Won't take long. So back to the tracking station. 1 minute. Hang on. Going to put something else on. What should we put on? Also, I'm desperate for a wee-wee. I have to pop to the toilet just momentarily. The dog has decided to start staring out the window, looking for any CATs. Hang on, it's just loading. Indeed, trilobite. Yes. But yeah, and it's important. I feel it's important to recognise that, as that was my point that I didn't make very well a moment ago. Trilobite is that yes, it's been a part of games forever, and it's dangerous. It's you can quite easily get conditioned. Sometimes it's not as obvious as loot boxes on a main menu, glowing on a plinth or whatever. But yeah, a lot of games do include random reward and random cycles, and yeah, it can suck you in. 1 minute, the game is loading on me. In fact, OBS is oh dear, is my PC okay? I minimized it at a very bad time. Okay. Oh, good luck, Theo KZ Fios. Good luck indeed for your job interview. It's your first one? Yeah, just be honest. Have follow-up questions. So they're going to ask you. They're going to ask you to be enthusiastic. So make sure you know a little bit about the company. Oh, hello. Is it loading? Shit. My PC's just it's trying to load the tracking station, but I minimized it at the wrong time. Yes, thank you, Craft Angel. I took last week off. It was very nice. Back to work now, though. I'm not familiar with Destiny. Sorry, not Coyote. I've not played it. I'm worried that I might have actually screwed my PC over. 1 second. The whole thing is locked up on me, folks. Can you hear me clearly? Weird, the whole screen is locked up. I wonder if it's running but hasn't resumed? Oh dear. Okay, I'm just going to go for a wee-wee. Back in a second. Hopefully it recovers. Oh no, that's not a good sign, everyone. I don't think it properly recovered. Okay. Shit. That might be a PC restart right there. 1 second. No, the whole thing's locked up. Sorry, folks. What's the time? It is already 11 o'clock in the evening. Might be a good idea to just leave it there, to be honest, because the dog's next to me and she really fancies a cuddle. Yeah. Sorry, everyone. It has indeed shagged it before it, before I could do the launch thing. Well, bugger. Right. Well, hang on. I do really want to try it. Okay, let me just restart the PC. You're gonna have to give me a couple of minutes though to get the PC back online and everything streaming again. Please give me a few minutes. So back in just a moment. I've got no real choice but to hit the restart button. Annoyingly, it's probably gonna corrupt the file. I'm gonna have to download it off Twitch later. Never mind. Cool. Back in just a moment.